Now, I really don't want to do this particular video right now. It's really not because I just don't want to do a Kirby video, it's that I want to, at the very least, get past that one annoying, frustrating part I am at in Illusion of Gaia. Because I'm getting very annoyed at that part. I want to get it over with, I want to get it done. I know it's, I believe, my current biggest project. And it's one of the projects that I started over because I have something that can record the audio of the game now, so I decided to start it over. I really want to get it done. And I really do. Oh, never mind, now I know. You will have to forgive me, I had a brain fart, I didn't realize that I beat that guy, but now I do. But anyways, I just want to get my big these projects done so I can pretty much learn from my mistakes and move on with my life. And my current mistake is just doing too many projects at once. That's just typical amateur mistake. Damn it! I also remember that there's a reason I ended the last video in this project relatively early. It's because I was stuck. But I do not remember the reason why I was stuck, and now I do. Auto-scrolling. I am not a fan of auto-scrolling. Are you kidding me? Part of me wants to just do this over again. Save with the animal buddy. And I've got a game over. So that's precisely what I'm going to do. Get to that point. Save. After all, this is why I bought this console, not just for the 100,000 games, but the fact that I can use save states. And just sort of move on with my lightened sort of do what it is I need to do to complete this fucking project. All my projects, in all honesty. Do whatever it is I need to do to complete all my projects. safe. Okay, maybe this will be well. This is definitely better than the hamster they gave me before. Just saying. No! You know what? There's a reason I did this, so why not do it? I mean, I really cannot believe that they actually keep on scrolling. When you reach the end, that is just befuddling. Like, why would they do that other than, well, I don't know why, cheap deaths. And I mean, this is a Kirby game, it is supposed to be easy. I've just really been neglectful when it comes to platformers. I haven't played a lot of platformers in quite some time. So it's not even that this game is hard or easy, it's that I'm just really rusty when it comes to any kind of platformer. I mean, like I said, trouble I had was Super Mario Brothers, which is now done. The only reason I even did Super Mario Brothers as an LP is in the fact that it's almost Let's Player law, you have to do that game. It's because that's a game I've never completed in my life. And I mean, I was a bit of an 80s, 90s kid, mostly 90s. I mean, I was born in 83. But still, because I did not have a Super Nintendo, all those sort of stereotypical, all those classic Nintendo games, I really never had much of an opportunity to complete any of them, because I just simply didn't own a Super Nintendo. And I didn't even realize it was the end of the level. But I am. Definitely. Why wouldn't I? Okay, 3. What does this mean? Okay. Now I'm... Damn it, I didn't want that. Oh well, too late. Because most of my family, myself included, were pretty much really... Ooh. You know what? No. Resume. Really allergic to fur when we were younger. I didn't really have a major pet as a childhood pet. I had hamsters. My dad tried to get my sister and I a dog, but while it was hypo or non-allergenic, my Mother was allergic to the saliva, so we weren't able to keep it. So most of our pets were hamsters. I actually do kind of like hamsters. I think they're cute. I think they're adorable. I also think it's ironic considering that the pets I kept in later years were the sort of pets that eat hamsters. Just saying. Oh well. But yeah, just sort of due to that whole allergen thing, a lot of our, most if not all of my childhood pets were hamsters. We tried a dog. The saliva was bad for my mom. Tried a rabbit. Unfortunately, the rabbits were simply... How can I explain? I honestly don't know what the problem was in regards to my sister's rabbit. My rabbit was a rescue, and it was definitely a problem child. I wanted to keep it. I mean, after all, it was my rabbit, my pet. I wanted to keep my rabbit. But it was very, it had trust issues. And it tended to bite and chew through everything. It was very much a problem rabbit. So I understand getting rid of my rabbit. I don't know why we got rid of my sister's rabbit. The only thing I can think of is, again, the fur. And here's the sort of thing. No one in that house is allergic to fur now, okay? No one. My mom has 2 cats and she was really allergic to fur. I had a couple of cats and a dog, and it wasn't a hypoallergenic dog, it was a big, ugly bull mastiff. Love that dog, still do. But anyways, none of us are allergic to fur now, and I can't speak on anyone else's behalf but myself. I was insufferably allergic to fur, okay? Just absolutely, insufferably allergic to fur. No, I'm not. Which makes me wonder if it's somewhat of a, not necessarily evolutionary, but somewhat of an adaptation, a trait where, say, my sister and I were grown up, surrounded with fur. Maybe we won't have sort of adapted to not be allergic to fur later on in our lives. Just saying, that might be a thing. I mean, I know there are people who claim that's the thing with the, in regards to the nut and peanut allergies. I do not know how certain that is. I am, for one, not a doctor, nor do I have kids. But maybe there's some truth to it. Maybe there's some truth in regards to essentially making yourself immune to the allergen by being exposed later on in, or not later on, earlier on in life. That might be a thing, I don't know. What I do know is none of us are now allergic to fur. Myself included. And I'm quite relieved at that because I rather do like animals. Except mosquitoes. Mosquitoes can go to hell. I don't know if people watching this video are aware, but if by some chance you aren't, I did mention earlier on that I used to have animals which will sort of eat the hamsters. Well, I used to keep snakes and a couple of lizards. And I rather do enjoy the snakes and the lizards, especially the snakes. I am not going to say that this is due to me being allergic to fur. I'm just going to say that this might very well be due to the childhood bullshit I had to endure as a kid. And the fact that I've just always been sort of fascinated with some morbid. But I've always wanted a pet snake, even when I was a kid. And believe it or not, it took a bit of convincing in my sort of teenage years to convince my family to let me have a pet snake, but that was more to... I think that was honestly more due to me wanting a python. And them being under the impression that, holy crap, he wants a python. I wanted a ball python. Ball pythons don't really get that big. But anyways, I remember going to Science North. It's a science center, I believe. If not in Sudbury, in the Sudbury sort of area. And they had the snakes on display there, and one of the people there let me, not really hold the snake, but he got one of the snakes out and let me sort of touch and pet it, and it was really great. And I think I remember asking if snakes were actually available to keep as pets, and I remember him saying yes. And when I asked my mother if I could get a pet snake as a pet, she said that because of the hamsters it'd be a bad idea. I think that was a bit of an excuse. I really just think she didn't want to have, well, I shouldn't say she didn't want me to have a pet snake. I mean, I think it's actually new that she'd be the one taking, or the parents at least, be the one taking responsibility for the pet snake. Because you gotta bear in mind, I was a kid. And it wasn't even that I was a older kid, I was a young kid. Maybe well before I was type 1 diabetic, so that's the oldest, 9. She's gonna be the one taking care of that snake, and she probably didn't want to do it. And I really don't blame her. Now, saying that, if they had let me keep a snake, I would have probably taken care of it. Just saying, I probably would have taken care of it and taken full responsibility for it. I mean, snakes, believe it or not, are not that hard to take care of. But still, I understand her trepidation in regards to me getting a snake, but I mean, I got some eventually. Didn't just get some, had quite a few, even started breeding them. How did I do that? Okay, I am dumb. Sometimes the most obvious solution is so painfully obvious you don't see it. But yeah, I did eventually get my pet snakes. Multiple snakes. I rather enjoyed them. And I will gladly get them again. In fact, I fully intend to. I just don't intend on breeding the snakes. Just really don't want to get into that mess. Yeah, keeping one, yes. Keeping multiple, probably. Snakes are like potato chips, you really can't have just one. I mean, you really can't. You get one snake, you want another snake. You get the other snake, you want multiples, different species, different morphs, different genetic variants, what have you. Oh, come on. How long have I been recording? Long enough, I'm going to end it here. Take care, everybody, and bye.